thousands of calls from people from out of town or from even out of the country trying to find sanctuary here at Baltimore Safe Haven.
Offering a safe space to members of the LGBTQ community. This morning on 11 TV Hill, we look at the work being done by organizations and community members at the grassroots level to provide services, care, and love to that community. And hi everyone, I'm Jason Newton. Welcome to this edition of 11 TV Hill. June is Pride Month. It's a time to celebrate our LGBTQ communities. But this year, the nation's largest LGBTQ advocacy group declared a state of emergency. Now, it comes amid a historic wave of anti-LGBTQ legislation in state legislatures across the country. Earlier this month, Governor Wes Moore signed an executive order to protect gender-affirming health care here in Maryland. 11 News reporter Lisa Robinson tells us what this means for the community.
Baltimore is the safest place for me right now.
Sharice Jackson moved here from Philadelphia to find sanctuary. She says she did not feel safe there as a transgender woman.
Coming up as a trans person over the past 35 years, it's hard to be accepted. So, going to restaurants and stores and different public places, it caused a disaster for people like us. So I tried to set out and find a spot that accepts transgender people, and Baltimore happened to be the place.
Governor Wes Moore says the executive order he signed focuses on ensuring Maryland is a safe place for gender-affirming care, especially as other states take steps to make gender-affirming care a cause for legal retribution.
We trust Wes Moore.
Aya Damons, founder of Baltimore Safe Haven, says already they are hearing from people all over the country. They have housing programs to help relocate and transition people into housing, jobs, and even health care.
Thousands of calls from people from out of town or from even out of the country trying to find sanctuary here at Baltimore Safe Haven.
The state says there are more than 94,000 transgender or non-binary residents in Maryland. The Human Rights Campaign says there's been a dangerous spike in discriminatory legislation sweeping state houses this year, with more than 525 anti-LGBTQ bills introduced and more than 70 signed into law so far in 2023. Baltimore Safe Haven's Renee Lau says the LGBTQ plus community feels threatened.
They're scared that they're going to lose their ability to get health care, period, because it not only targets the LGBT community, it also targets the individual on whether they can get the proper medications, whether they can get the proper surgeries, or whether they can get the psychological counseling.
And they need someplace to go. For 11 TV Hill, I'm Lisa Robinson.
Providing Baltimore City's LGBTQ community with opportunities to thrive. That's the mission for Baltimore Safe Haven. It's an organization striving to create community and resources within those communities for folks who are living in survival mode right now, something that they can all rely on. And joining us now from Baltimore Safe Haven's their director, senior and disabled housing, Renee Lau. Good to see you, Renee.
Good morning.
You described this moment right now as being in crisis mode, and I'm curious of why you termed it that way.
Okay, as become common knowledge, many of our red states have passed laws that deny transgender health care, deny even the existence of transgender people. And several weeks ago, Governor Moore signed an executive order making us a sanctuary state for all transgender people throughout the United States. And our mission is to not only help transgender people, but the entire LGBT community. But our request for housing from people from other states has increased sevenfold in the past 24 days.
Wow, sevenfold. Are you able to accommodate that sevenfold?
No, that is the problem. We are in crisis mode for provide housing right now.
Tell me about why housing can be critical, because it sounds to me like without that, that's a gateway for a lot more problems to follow someone, especially someone within the trans community at this moment, from what I'm reading.
Well, as you may know, or the public may not know, is that our mission is harm reduction, especially in the LGBT community. And I have been a big advocate that housing should be part of that harm reduction. It should be considered harm reduction and should be given just as much attention as other harm reduction tools that we provide to the community.
Tell me what you hear from people now who come and seek out help from Safe Haven and what their concerns are in this moment.
Becoming homeless. They're afraid if they come to Maryland, they're not going to have a roof over their heads. And like Baltimore Safe Haven, we make certain that they have career opportunities. We have a career center. We have partnerships with like the University of Maryland, the city of Baltimore, and the state of Maryland that we can provide them health care and mental health care as well.
Before we started this interview, we saw Lisa Robinson's story she did with you, and there was a person in that one who was saying that being in Philadelphia wasn't even comfortable. And I'm curious, was that a surprise to you? A large major city and still the feeling of discomfort?
Well, being in Philly, Philly is basically a purple state. So I don't know why the difference between Philly and Baltimore, because we're only like 75 miles away.
Sure.
But people feel comfortable here. There is not as much harassment of transgender people in the city of Baltimore or the state of Maryland as a whole. For all the bad press that we get for being a violent city, we tend to be compassionate and open arms to other people.
Yeah, and that was my curiosity. I was wondering, what does Baltimore do right? What do we get right here?
They don't see, they see the person, I think, not the trans person or the gay person. They see the person as who they are.
Sure.
I've noticed something about Maryland, and because seeing other people come in from other states, that Maryland, once Baltimore or people from Maryland accept you, they accept you with open arms. If you come in and try to push your way around in Baltimore, especially in Baltimore, they will reject you in a heartbeat.
Wow. When people come to you for tips or resources, or if there's someone ends up seeing this program today, where would you push them as far as, obviously with homelessness coming to you, but just finding things that align with them, allies in Baltimore?
Well, we have many partnerships, like the Charm City we have a partnership with. We have partnerships with Johns Hopkins, with Chase Braxton, with the University of Maryland. We have our own career center. Matter of fact, the University of Maryland comes to our Dropson Center on Charles Street.
Wow.
And provides counseling and care for those who need hormone treatments,
Okay.
estradiol, testosterone.
And last one for you, if someone wants to get in touch with Safe Haven, what's the best way to find you guys and to give you a call or even stop by?
Okay, the best way to look for us is at baltimoresafehaven.org. It'll give you an entire menu of our services. It will tell you exactly what you need to do to get in touch with us, contact numbers, email addresses, and even if the public out there wants to donate, there is a donation area on that website. It's baltimoresafehaven.org.
Excellent. Renee, we appreciate the time today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jason.
Certainly. Have a good one.